How's it going, guys? It's TacTixHD here, bringing you episode 2 of my NHL 14 GM mode featuring the Calgary Flames. As you guys can see, after 1 year of just retooling and, kind of rebuilding the Flames, we actually look pretty good here. Low 80s to high 80s actually throughout on our forwards, and, low to mid 80s on our defense. Obviously, our goalies need a little bit of work. Hackett 79, Bachman 75, but both young goalies, so, I'm not too disappointed in that. They're both probably going to get better in the next couple of years. Our HL team also looks really good. We got a high 60s to high 70s, so good variety of players there. Some younger prospects, some older prospects looking to make the jump. Obviously, Mersak still in the HL, 82 overall. Once somebody gets hurt, he's probably going to call up. Smith and Dance, both good HL goalies, both young, both have high potential. 75 and 70 overall, not bad at all. As you guys can see, our overall stats are 4.5 star offense, 4.5 star defense, and 3.5 star goaltending, so pretty competitive at least. Right here, guys, at the All-Star game, nothing really happened up until this point. Looking to see which of our players made it, and Michael Camilleri made it as the fourth line left wing. Obviously, naturally a center, 87 overall, best player on our team, but, I figured he'd probably make it. Obviously, neither of our goalies made it, not quite there yet. Right here, guys, looking at the team standings before the trade deadline, we're 6th place in the Division A, which is the Pacific Division, with 68 points, so I figured probably not going to make the playoffs, and opposed to, finishing mid-table and, not making the playoffs, I'd rather just bomb and try to get McDavid, so trade away Stage in there for a second-round pick. I also trade away Giunta there for a first-round pick, basically trying to pick up as many picks and prospects as I can. We're here making a huge trade with Ottawa, signing over Curtis Glencross, 84 overall, McGrattan is a fourth-line forward, a prospect, a third, and a seventh, for 2 of Ottawa's first-round picks, and Curtis Lazar. Lazar has 3.5 star potential, so really strong prospect there. Also picked up Kyle Beach off of waivers, 2.5 star potential. He could turn out to be okay. Right here I'm trading Shane O'Brien for a couple thirds to Ottawa, so getting a lot of Ottawa's picks here. Obviously, Ottawa's probably trying to make a run for the cup here. I also traded away David Jones for a first-round pick. I think that's pretty good value for Jones. So as you guys can see, once the dust settled, I had a lot of picks built up. 4 first-round picks, 3 seconds, 2 thirds, a fourth, fifth, and a sixth, and a seventh in this year's draft, as well as I have an extra first in next year's draft. So we're going to looking to have a really good draft. And actually, guys, at the end of the year, after all 82 games, I actually finished with 94 points, placing me 5th in Division A, and I actually had more points than the 4th place team in Division B, so that's obviously Pacific and Midwest. And due to that, the wild card standings, I was actually the last wild card place in the West, so really surprising to me. I actually made the playoffs at the last spot. I thought after we traded away all those guys, I'd probably finish lower, and our team ended up, doing better. So, guys, right here at the end of the regular season, though, you can see the point leaders for our team. Camilleri obviously was at the top of that list. Nothing too surprising once you go to the bottom. I was expecting some of the younger guys who got called up to get a little bit more points, but what are you going to do? Anyway, guys, right here in the first round of the playoffs, we're playing San Jose, who finished first in the West. Not really expecting to win this, but, the fact that we made the playoffs after trading away all those guys actually shows a pretty bright future for the rest of the team. And we actually ended up losing to San Jose in 6. Right here, though, during the playoffs, I actually just had to fill out one of the scouting reports. But as you guys can see, right there in the 6th game, we're going to lose 2-1 to the Sharks. Not too surprising, though, and not too bothered by it. Like I said, definitely wasn't looking for a cup run this year. Our HL team also made the playoffs, playing the Oklahoma City Barons in the first round. I believe our AHL team, the Heat, also lost in 6 games. Might have been, actually, I think it was 7. I think we're leading that one 3-2, and unfortunately they came from behind, won those last 2, beating us 4-3. And right here, guys, the retired players, there's some big names there. Pascal Dupuis, Martin St. Louis. Also, we have Vaclav Prospel, Patrick Elias, Ryan Smith, Brendan Morrow, Sammy Salo, Stefan Robidoux, Curtis Foster, Douglas Murray, Willie Mitchell, Vishnowsky, Gonchar, Phillips Serhey, Timian, Prongers, a lot of, older defensemen right now starting to retire. We're here, guys, making a huge trade versus a franchise deal here. Trade for Carolina's first overall pick, signing over Morgan Klimchuk, 4-star potential prospect, as well as 2 firsts, the 17th and 21st in this year's draft. Obviously, guys, that first overall pick was meant for Connor McDavid. As you can see, our scouts has him at 4-star green potential. He's obviously going to be better than that. Hands down, number 1 overall pick. So he's going to be our franchise center for years to come. Obviously, I still have Monahan. As well, I still have Derek Brassard and Backlund. So, a lot of good centers now in Calgary, which is something they didn't have. So that's really good future looking there. For you guys, the other first-round picks, because I had 4, I still had 2 more after this. Picking up some good value players there. 2.5 star potential according to our scouts. Hopefully, they have more like 3 or 3.5. Right here in the second round, getting some more 2.5 star guys. Again, guys, these aren't exact. In the old games, whatever their potential was when you drafted them, that's what their potential was. Now it's actually what your scout thinks it is. So it's a little bit different. And sometimes, opposed to going to what their potential says, I'll actually look at the projection / league interest. If they have high projection, high league interest, you can probably assume that they're going to be pretty high potential players. Even if you haven't scouted them that much, you want to take a risk. Sometimes it's worth it. Right here, though, I'm going with this guy. Our scouts are certainly 3.5 star potential. everyone else doesn't really know about him, so it's good to like wait as long as you can to draft somebody. You don't want to reach on them. Anyway, guys, right here at the re-sign phase, just kind of going through all my players. McDavid's a 57 overall with 4.5-star goal potential, so he's obviously just going to be an amazing player. I don't know if he'll turn out to be 95 overall like he did in NHL 13, but if he does, then that's insane. So anyway, guys, right here, just looking at the lineups, looking at who I can afford to re-sign, who I can afford to get rid of. Right here, we have just under $30 million in cap space, so a lot of money to re-sign players, as well as try to go out and get some big name free agents. Hackett's still 79. Dance is actually a 78 now. He actually got a big boost. Smith's still at the 75 there. I think he might have been actually 73, so I think he got a couple upgrades. We re-signed Brody there. He's a good top 6 defenseman. Re-signing a prospect defenseman there. Actually, a couple. Obviously, some of these guys that are unsigned, usually if they have 2.5-star red potential or less, I don't re-sign them. They're probably not going to end up amounting to anything. If they have 3-star red potential, though, you could be looking at maybe a high 70 guys, so it might be worth it just to keep them as a depth player, but 2.5-star red potential or less, not worth it. Rear guys re-signing Michael Backlund. He's obviously going to be a good second or third line center for us. Same with Louis LeBlanc. Max Reiner also wanted a new deal. He's 79 overall now. He's usually looking to get a lot better. Sean Monahan still hasn't really reached that peaking point yet. 66 overall, 4.5-star red. Really hope he doesn't keep that red star potential. Rear guys going out, signing the biggest name free agent there was, offering Patty Kane $8 million over 3 years. So almost $500,000 more than he wanted, and he actually did accept that deal, so we brought in a huge free agent. Also signed Nick Foligno, 81 overall left winger, added a third line left wing there. Same with Matt Calvert, going to get him as either a fourth line left wing or just a depth guy. Right here, Thomas Tatar was available in free agency. He wanted a one-way deal, but he's probably going to be in the AHL. I'll look to call him up, if there's any injuries. So as you guys can see, right there's our team. Barchi, Camilleri, Kane, just a sick first line, really strong throughout. Defense is also looking really good there, guys. We got Giordano and Gribe at the top there. Goalies also looking a little bit better now. We have Smith, who's actually an 83 now, gained a lot of overall over the summer, and Hackett's an 80. Our AHL team's also looking very strong. Wellwood, Tatar, and Gerby is our first line, 79, 79, 78. Very good. Defense even, we have a couple high 70s there at the top pair, and goalies also looking very good. Dance 78, Bachman 75. So Bachman didn't gain any overall. I'll probably look to get rid of him next year. Right here, guys, are the awards from last season. Obviously, no one on our team got the awards, but it is interesting to see who got it. Patrick Kane, though, got the Lady Bang, so it's good to see that somebody we just brought in, getting some awards. Maybe we can earn some of them for our team. And as you can see, Pavel Datsyuk also ripped it up. And Patty Kane also got the Maurice Richard award, so that'd be sick if he can get that for our team. Getting the most goals, I'd definitely push us into the playoffs. We're here, guys. We now have 4.5-star offense, defense, and goaltending throughout. So looking really good, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to stay tuned for episode 3. And besides that, guys, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Stay tuned for more NHL 14 videos, and goodbye.